Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm using the Colourpop Sandstone palette to create this kind of like golden bronzy eye. And I know that I said I was like kind of slipping away from bronzy looks, but I was kind of just in the mood to do my makeup, and that was like the simplest thing I could think of. So you know, I kind of lied in the fact that I said that I wanted to branch out a little more. But I still want to, I didn't today. But anyways, this is the face I came up with. No new products or anything, but I used a couple different products together that I don't know, I've never used them together, so it's like I don't know how they're gonna react with each other. So anyways, if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, just keep on watching. And if you feel compelled at any point to help my channel by liking or subscribing, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get into the video. Alright, so I've got my brows on already, as we can see. And I'm just going to use my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer as a base. And I'm just using this BH Cosmetics blending sponge to blend it in. And the reason that I use concealer over like a regular eye primer is because I feel like regular eye primer doesn't cover the discoloration in my eyelids quite as well. So I find that when I use concealer, it does, or at least it does a better job of it. And I feel like eye primer itself is kind of unnecessary, just on its own at least. It's kind of unnecessary because it's like, who needs, you know, a product that's supposed to keep your eyeshadow in place when you can just use concealer. So ignore the mess of my room. My cats have been going crazy, and so we're trying to figure out a way to keep everything organized while also having the cats in here. But yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna use this Too Faced Pretty Rich palette, and the only reason I'm gonna use it is for this shade up here called It's Designer. And I'm just going to use that to set the concealer on my eye. Looks really nice. So now I've got like a nice base to put all my shadows on. And why does it look like I have like black underneath my, like, it looks like I have black on my under eyes, right? I'm not tripping. Like, I'm not tripping. Okay, whatever. So anyways, the palette I'm using today is the Colourpop Sandstone palette, and I know I've given my thoughts on this palette before, but it's still a really great palette, and I really want to use it today. So I'm gonna take my Morphe M504 brush, and I'm gonna use it on my color switch real quick. And I'm gonna dip into the shade Vortex, which is right here. And I'm just gonna slowly but surely buff that through the crease. Go into Canyon Loop, which is the shade right here, this orangey one, on just an old Sephora brush that I had. And I'm just gonna dip into the color, and I'm gonna go right underneath where I placed Vortex. So this should add like an orangey kind of vibe to it. See, yeah, it totally does. And it adds kind of like an orangey tone to it. So I'm just doing this for a little bit. And I think it looks really nice. I'm just gonna keep going with that. Enough now. I don't know if you can tell. The lighting kind of sucks because I've got the ring light in front of me and then I've got a window behind me and a window to the side of me. So the lighting totally sucks in here. But for my shimmer shade, because I want to keep this really nice and simple, I'm gonna go in with Red Earth, which was right next to Canyon Loop. On the left, to the left of Canyon Loop. And let me get my spray that I hate real quick. This spray, by the way, I will never stop talking about how terrible it is. This is the Makeup Obsession Matte Fix. And the reason I hate this spray is because you can do your makeup and it can look super bomb. And then when you use this as a setting spray, it kind of like makes your makeup like break up. And it just looks gross and weird. And yeah, I'm not a fan of it whatsoever, so I never use it as a setting spray. I just use it to wet my brush when I'm gonna go into shimmer shades. So that's what I'm doing here. And like I said, I'm taking Red Earth and I'm going to apply that all over the lid. And it's kind of like a golden shade. So, you know, it depends if you want your look to go that way. If you don't want like a golden shade, there's also Pueblo up here, which is like a shimmery pink. There's even some darker shimmers. There's Desert Sky, which is also, it's kind of like almost like a light green kind of color. And then there's also Westward, which is a green shimmer. And then there's also some darker shimmers as well, like Wild Creep. But Red Earth is gonna work for my purposes at least. I'm just gonna do the same to the other side. I think I need to re-wet my brush. And I'm kind of gonna use dabbing motions to put it on because I feel like that makes it have a little more pigment when it shows up on the eye. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna save this palette until we do the under eyes, which probably won't be for a little bit. So I'm going to do my liner and lashes off camera to save some time, and then I'm going to work on the face with you guys, and that's about it. So I will get to that later. So liner and lashes are on. The lashes I ended up using are the Kiss So Wispy number 11 full bouncy volume and curl. They're very similar to the Ardell Demi Wispies, except they have a little bit more of an upwards flare to them. Whereas I feel like the Demi Wispies kind of go outwards, these ones go upwards. So I'm just waiting on those to dry so I can apply some mascara. And it took me forever to figure out what lashes I wanted to wear. I don't know, I just couldn't decide. So for my face, All I've done is wash my face, so I'm actually going to put on a little bit of moisturizer. And for that, I'm going to use the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream, Calming and Hydrating. Love that. And I kind of just put it in like 4 places, because I find that that's all I really need. And then just blend in. And I like to blend a little bit on my neck too. And I've said this before, but this smells exactly like banana pudding. And like, if you can wear this moisturizer without craving banana pudding, like, I don't even know who you are, because yeah. Alright, so now I'm all moisturized. My skin looks all textured and crazy like it normally does. Let me put this up and zoom out. Oh, I can't zoom out because I'm as zoomed out as I can be. Anyways, yeah, sorry that my hair is a mess. I literally like took a nap and then woke up to do this video just for fun. So for primer, I want to wait a little bit for the moisturizer to soak into my skin. So I guess now would be a good time to put on my mascara. And I'm just going to use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. And you know what? It is a terrible idea for me to use the camera as a mirror. And since the Colourpop palette doesn't have one, I guess I'm using the Pretty Rich palette, which I don't like to use because it's really bulky. But it has a mirror, so gotta be grateful for that. That looks pretty good. I really only apply 1 coat because I mean I'm already wearing fall sleeves. I don't need to like overdo it with my mascara. I'm gonna wait to do my under eye mascara and everything until my face is done. So my skin feels kind of tacky right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my primer, which is the Icy Sherbet primer by Touch and Soul, and it says Pretty Filter. So let's see. I forgot the texture of this. It's so like bizarre, but it's like kind of cool. And I'm like, need to leave it in the pan because I'm making a mess. But this actually like fills in your pores really good. So I'm gonna like try not to use a ton, but you know. So this is like one of the few primers that I feel like makes a real difference in your makeup. Like, I have a lot of primers and I like a lot of them, but they don't really like, I feel like they don't do enough for my makeup for me to like justify the price, or you know, to justify even liking them. Yeah, so for foundation, I kind of want to go with the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Hydra Foundation because I haven't used it in a while. It's probably been like a good month or so. And then for concealer, I'm going to use the new Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 5. The shade 5 is a new shade. The concealer is obviously like something we've all heard of and know of, but they came out with like a range of in-between shades, so this is one of them and it looks really good under the eyes. So anyways, I'm going to start my foundation And I'm gonna put about 3 pumps, maybe 4, because it really doesn't dispense a whole lot. And I wanna make sure that I get my whole face covered. Where is it? Okay. So I'm just gonna use the bottom of my blending sponge and just start blending. Little cat fur. Anyways, so now it's time to use my concealer, shade 5, Maybelline Fit Me Classic. And I'm gonna kind of do a triangle shape, but not like all the way. So those are all the places I want to highlight. Okay, so now I'm just gonna set that concealer with some Coty Airspun powder. Fuck me. Some fucking brush just fell. Fuck that brush. Okay, so I'm going to set my whole face now and get it ready for some powder products and for the end of this video. And I am literally starting to sweat because it is so hot and this house doesn't have central AC. So that was just like a quick set of my face. It doesn't have to be perfect. I do want to use, however, some products that I've used before, but I want to try them again. So the first one is the Alamar Hydrating Complexion Trio. This is the one that has 2 bronzers and a highlighter in it. So I think at first I'm gonna mix the 2 bronzers together. Where it's a little warmer than I'd probably normally do my bronzer, but I mean, fuck it. I'm taking it kind of low, I've realized. I need to go a little higher. And then I'm gonna do my forehead, which is sweating, so I need, and then I like remove foundation from it, like summer. So I thought that summer in Colorado was gonna be like nice weather all around, like 70s. Like I thought it was gonna be like super nice weather, and it turns out that that's usually how it is. But it's 2021 now, and you know, global warming has set in, and now we are having record-breaking summers every year apparently over here. So fun times. Why does my bronzer look so messy? I'm gonna take my face brush and blend it out. And I'm not gonna use the highlighter from that palette. I'm gonna use a different one, but I'm just gonna blend this into my face, make it look a little less intense, and then do the same for the top. So now I want to dip into, well, I've used this before, but I want to use it again. This is the Essence Wonderful Pink and Proud Baked Blush Lighter, and I have the shade 01, which is Believe in Yourself. And it just kind of comes in this plastic, literally, what is the word? Plastic packaging. So it's very, I don't know if that's eco-friendly or not. I'm sure that this is recyclable plastic, at least I would hope so. But then again, there's so much in here that I can't even see myself running out. So I'm gonna take a It Brushes for Ulta Live Beautifully number 227 Flawless Blush. And It Cosmetics brushes, if you've never tried them. Ooh. You got to. I put a lot of blush, but Pink and Proud, right? And it looks like I still put more over here. Like sometimes the lighting makes it look like it's like darker on one side, but it's actually not. And then when I go in the bathroom and I have like good, decent lighting, it, you know, shows that it's not like that. I just had like a green tea frap from Starbucks, and they gave it to me for free because I accidentally made two, but like I didn't want to because it was already a venti. So the other one is just melting in my car right now, and I feel like I'm fucking melting right now. Like, look at this shit. If I can get through my makeup looking like a hot mess, anybody can. So I'm gonna use this Glowdient palette, which is also from Touch in Soul, and I'm gonna use that for my highlighter. I'm gonna focus on these first two shades right here. I'm just gonna kind of mix them together like this, like just mix them together, tap off the excess, and damn, that glow. We haven't forgotten about you. And this is kind of one of those highlighters that it's probably really easy to go overboard with, because it's so pretty. But yeah. So that looks nice. Next things next is the lips. So a couple of videos ago, I used this Physicians Formula Rosé Kiss All Day Velvet Lip Color, and that's what I'm using today. So I have like the hardest lips to line, I swear. Like they're so like shaped like stupid. So this is kind of how it looks. Use a little highlighter down here. But you get the general idea, right? It's kind of like a darker berry color. I just sharpened it today, so I was like, I want to use it. But anyways, it's hot as hell, and I need to work on my lower lash line. I just forgot. So I'm actually just gonna take the shade Canyon Loop and Vortex, mix those together on the small blending brush, and run those under my eye. Alright, so that was super simple. Like, some people go like super in depth on their under eyes, and they're like, oh my god, I need to go sit in front of the fan. Look at, oh god, I hate summer. Like, it's like the stupidest season. Okay, but I know some people go like really elaborate with their lower lash line. I'm not one of those people, because I feel like if you just use the colors that you use to do your eyeshadow, that it will come out just fine and looking good anyways. So last things last, I'm going to do my lower mascara, but I'm going to use the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, and I will do that in just now that my under eye mascara is done. It is time to spray setting spray, and this is just the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. I know it's backwards. I'm gonna fix that one day. So after this, I'm gonna get into like final thoughts and like stuff like that. I don't think I tried anything new. I used all products that I've used before, so that'll make that quick. I am going to make my scene about my thoughts, and I will be right back. Everything I use today is things that I've already used before, not necessarily in this combination. I am wondering how this foundation is going to hold up with that primer, because this is a very, I don't want to say it's a mattifying primer, but it's like a very like pore filling primer, and I have super textured skin, so I can appreciate a good pore filling primer. In the mirror, my makeup looks good. I mean, you know, it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world. It was just super simple. So anyways, I really like the face that I came out with today. I missed that Smashbox foundation. I actually really like it. And I mean, as for like the blush, the bronzer, the highlighter, I really like the way that that makes everything come together, as well as the under eyes. I mean, it's like every little step kind of helps it become a cohesive look, which I love. And so I just like everything I used today. That's about it. So thank you for watching, and if you feel so compelled, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.